I'd like to welcome y'all back to another episode of Beyond the Fear podcast, the place where you come to get a little motivation, a little inspiration, some uplifting, and some encouraging words. And today's episode, man, the reason why I'm making today's episode, it was an interesting, I don't want to call it a debate. I don't want to call it, I want to call it a debate, not an argument. It was an interesting argument that kind of led to this thought in my mind. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what the debate was, and then I'll lead into the topic. And the debate was, if you came into some money, whether that was hitting big on a bet, the lottery, you just blew up overnight with your music or whatever your career is, what would you do? And so the first couple of things, everybody was kind of in step with each other, kind of in tune with each other, which was, some of us was paying off debts, others starting businesses, but it was just pretty much, making sure that we're good, our family's good, you know what I'm saying? And then where the debate started to happen was, okay, what happens with the friends or the day ones, And some people were just like, oh, that's easy for me. They just gonna come live with me. I'm taking care of them. They're my dogs. They're my homeboys. They're my homegirls. These my friends. They've been around since kindergarten. Been around since whatever. And so, like normally with me, I love conversation. I love debate. I love seeing other people's viewpoints. So there are a lot of times when we're agreeing too much, I'll be like, well, what about this? I'll always try to look at things from the other side to try to spark an interesting conversation, because I love interesting conversations. I love to talk. I love to, like I said, love to get people's views and perspectives on things. So but this time I didn't really need to, because like I said, there was the group, or there was at least the people who were like, no, my friends are coming with me. They're going to live with me. I'm going to take care of them because I have the money and I can afford to. And nothing wrong with that. So if you're listening and you agree with that, nothing wrong with that. I don't think that that's wrong at all. I think that that is a form of, that's an option. That is an option. But for me, I think my whole thing was, no, I wouldn't want that, because to me, in my mind, when I picture that, I just picture a bunch of grown men and grown women sitting around the house waiting on me to give them an allowance, and I don't feel like that's fair to them, and I don't feel like that's fair to me. So what I would do, what I said was, I would ask them, what is it that they want to do? Do they want to go to culinary school? Do they want to go learn how to cut hair? Do they want to go back to college? Do they want to run a company? Whatever it is that they want to do, I would try to help facilitate their dreams, their goals, so that way they're getting their own money. And so we were kind of going back and forth, and they were just like, the guys on the other side were like, well, them your dogs, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't treat them like that. And I'm like, how am I treating them? My thing is, I want them to want their own money. I don't want them to just want to sit around all day not doing nothing, just because they can, just because I'm making enough money and I can afford to pay all my bills and make sure they're good. To I want them to want this for themselves. So that way now they can do that for their family. Now they can make sure that their family is good. And then, it can trickle down, because now they can go and help their friends, and you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So for me, it's all about a mentality. I don't, like, if I do make it and I do blow up, I don't want my day ones to have the mentality of, oh, well, my boy done made it, so I'm good. I ain't got to work the rest of my life. I'm going to go chill with him. I would much rather my day ones have the mentality of, damn, my boy made it. He doing his thing. Let me go learn, so now I can go off and do mine. Let me go see if I can get in these meeting rooms and in these business meetings with some of these people, start rubbing shoulders with some of these influential people, so that I can get my name out there, get my brand out there, so I can start doing my own thing. And now we can both help each other continue to grow, and we can help the coast, and we can help where we're from. We can go back and we can give back to where we're from. And so for me, so that what led to this topic, because it's all about mentality for me. So if I see that my friends have the mentality of, oh, well, DJ good, DJ over here doing what he's supposed to be doing, so now I don't have to work anymore, I can just sit back and chill, I don't want those friends around me. once the success starts, which leads me into this topic, which is everybody can't come, right? Everybody's not going to be for you. You're not going to be for everybody. And not everybody's meant to go on this journey with you. Yes, those are your day ones. Yes, you've been knowing them for years. These are some of your oldest friends, and that's a beautiful thing. But that does not mean that they're supposed to be with you every part of this journey. You know what I'm saying? There may come a time where they need to go off and do their own thing, or there may come a time where that blessing isn't coming, or that blessing, you know what I'm saying? It's just all, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just about the people that you're around, right? So for me, I realized a long time ago, but it's coming back around full circle, this lesson, that some of those people that have been around from day one can be blessings, right? They can be great people, great resources, but some of them can be anchors and holding you in one spot. And the thing for me is the mentality. So those friends who see me doing my thing and they think, man, I see him doing his thing, let me go try to learn so that I can start doing mine. Okay. But the ones who look at it and are like, man, I'm gonna ride his coattail. I'm just sitting back waiting. I'm just gonna sit back and wait because I know my boy gonna blow up. Now, yeah, they believe in you, but they want you to blow up for them. Man, I'm gonna wait for my boy to blow up so I can just sit back. I ain't gotta work no more. I can just chill at bro house. And it's just like, nah, those are not the friends that I want around me. I want the ones who see me doing the hard work, see me putting the hard work in, and want to come help me do this hard work. Want to come help me set up these meetings, want to help me book these events, want to help me behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just on some assistant type stuff, whatever it is, just help me so that, it can lighten whatever load I have on me, lighten whatever load you can, so that way I can continue to progress. Because me, when I see that, of course, yes, let's go. I got a business meeting overseas, man, come on, I gotta have you with me. It'll start to work. Hold on. Sorry about that. Somebody was calling. It'll start to work when you'll start to see everything working out when you're helping me, when you're doing your part, when you're trying to be a part of this, actually helping the operation, as opposed to just kind of sitting back waiting on when your turn gonna come or when you're gonna be able to benefit from the success of things. And so for me, that's kind of like where we were kind of arguing back and forth about. It's all about the mentality. So even if I offered to my friends, hey, y'all can just come stay with me, y'all ain't got to do nothing, I would love to hear my friends say, bruh, that's cool, but no, I don't. I had to answer that call. Real quick. So but like I was saying, so for me, I would love when I'm reaching out, if I was to give that offer to them, I would love for them to either say, yeah, I don't mind doing that for a time, but I want my own. I would love to have my own. I would love to just be behind the scenes, or be in these and get into these meetings. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see them plotting and planning of how they can come in, like I said, start off, doing some assistant work, if that, and just find a way to finesse that into, or turn that into getting into to having their own meetings, and to pushing their own product or pushing their own brand and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if you got a bunch of hustlers that's friends, they gonna figure out a way to get in. All they know that all they need is that foot in the door. And so for me, it's all about mentality. So when I see that my friends have that go-getter mentality, then yes, that of course I want them around me, because I want all of us to succeed. But when you have a bunch of leeches around you, you start to realize that, man, they're draining you way more than that. They're draining you faster than the money can come in. So you gotta be careful about what doors you open up and who you allow into your space. Because for me, if any of my friends are genuinely comfortable with just sitting on the couch doing nothing, not contributing anything to the business or contributing anything to what I'm doing, but they're perfectly fine with taking, and never giving back. Those are not friends that I want around me. Period. And so that's just my standpoint. Again, I'm not saying that those other guys are wrong that think the way that they think. We just think differently, because I feel like anybody who's willing to just take from you and take from you and take from you, but never willing to give, never want to give, never try to attempt to give back, or to try to attempt to do something on their own so that they can stand on their own 2 feet. These are not the people that I want around me. I don't want them around me while I'm struggling. Don't want them around me while I'm building. Don't want them around me when I'm finding success. I just don't want that around me, because I feel like that type of mentality, that type of laziness can become so contagious, and that's so scary and so dangerous. So for me, no, I do not want that around me. That's not even something that I would offer. I would definitely offer once I'm in a steady position to where the money's coming in steady, I'm doing well, my family's good, then of course I'm going to reach back out to my friends, and I'm going to do the best that I can to help them reach their goals, reach their dreams, whatever it is, whichever way I can help them. I'll do my best to help them and try to get them to where they are, get them to that point to where they can take care of themselves, their family, and then help a bunch of other friends. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how we help all the, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how we start to help everybody, is when we're willing to give back. But you got to take care of you first, and you got to make sure that you have the right people around you. That's a big part of taking care of yourself, is making sure that you have the right type of people with the right type of mentality. So for me, completely understand what they were saying. I feel like their hearts were in the right places, but you have to understand that everybody can't go with you on your journey. Some parts of your journey you got to go through by yourself. Some parts of your journey you got to go through with new people, because you're getting ready to go through new situations. You need people to help you navigate. And if neither you nor any of your friends have been through these situations, they can't help you navigate. Only thing they're going to do is hold you back, because some of your friends may not like change. They may not like anything new. That's when they become an anchor, because they just want you to stay in the hood. They want you to continue doing what you've been doing, because it's been working, it's been helping you out get by. But you want to see success. You want to get to higher levels, and you understand that in order to get to those higher levels, to open new doors, you have to do something new. You have to change. You can't keep doing the same things you've been doing since a kid and expect new doors to open, or expect new doors to appear, or expect new keys to pop up to open up these new locks. It doesn't make sense. So you gotta watch the people that you're around. And again, that does not mean that these people have evil intentions. Doesn't mean that your homeboys or your homegirls are evil people. It just means that they're complacent. They're comfortable. You don't want to be comfortable. You trying to get out of your comfort zone. And so that's where the conflict comes, not because they're a bad person, but because y'all want two totally different things. They're looking at it like, man, we up. You up a couple of, let's just say, for the sake of argument, you up a couple million. We good. We comfortable. We can make it. You looking at it like, yeah, I may be up a couple million, but I want to be up a couple more. I want to go make more. I want to find out how I can make millions, as opposed to looking up and hitting the lottery or something. I want to learn how to make millions. I want to learn how to sustain these millions. I want to learn how to help myself to build my empire, or just, even if you just want to live comfortably, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you want to learn how to start building those things. You might know how to make hundreds of dollars. You may know how to make thousands of dollars, but now you're talking about trying to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, or millions of dollars, or maybe even tens of millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So in order to do that, you got to go learn from people who know how to do it. You got to go talk to people who've done it. You got to go rub shoulders with these people and be in these new rooms, and it's going to be uncomfortable for you because you've never been in these rooms before. So, or maybe it won't be uncomfortable for you, but at least it'll be new. At the very least, it'll be new. Now, you might be somebody who handles new things very comfortably. So maybe it won't be uncomfortable for you, but it'll definitely be a new experience. And so as someone who knows people who don't do well with new things, or don't do well with being uncomfortable, it's hard to it's hard to keep, or it's hard to at least have those people around in those moments when you know, okay, I got to get out of my comfort zone. I got to do something different. I got to change. So again, because that's the main message, is just understanding that it doesn't make you a bad friend if you start to realize, okay, this part of my life that I'm getting ready to go through, or that I'm going through right now, I can't have everybody with me. Not because I'm trying to select friends over you, but because our mentalities don't match. The mentality that I need to get ready to go through this zone of my life, or this time of my life, and the mentality that you have just isn't going to mesh. I need people who are open-minded. I need people who are willing to try new things. I need people who are willing to help me, willing to sacrifice a little bit to help me get to where I need to be, because you know once I get there, I'm going to help you. You know that I don't mind sacrificing to help you. You know that when I get to where I need to be, and now I'm finding a way to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars, I don't mind putting a percentage of that into you, pumping that into your podcast, pumping that into your business, pumping that into funding for your education, whatever it is that you're trying to do. But I need you to understand that this part of my journey, you either can come in with the right mindset, excuse me, you either come in with the right mindset, or you gotta hold off a little bit. But that's also your responsibility too. Your responsibility as the person who's leading, or the person who's has the potential to, blow up or whatever. You have to have those conversations with people, and you got to understand that it's not you being a bad friend, it's you being a good friend. It's you being, you know what I'm saying? And no, it's not selfish to want to take care of yourself first. You have to. There is no way in this world that you can take care of anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself first. I mean, I tell people that all the time, you know what I'm saying? And I think some of the people who it's hardest to hear this, who it's the hardest to hear, or the hardest for them to understand, is parents. Because of course you want to put your kids first, but you got to take care of you in order to take care of your kids. So you got to take care of you in order to take care of your friends, in order to help your friends out. Because I get it, your friends might be hurting, your friends might be going through some mental issues, some health issues, some financial issues, whatever it is that they're going through. And your natural instinct or your natural mindset is, I done just came up on some money, let me throw X amount of dollars their way to get them out their situation. And like I say, everybody's different. We all think differently. And if that's your mindset and that's what you do, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But with that being said, if it's not a situation, now if it's life and death, then okay. But if it's not a life and death situation, then go take care of yourself. Go get yourself together. Put yourself in a better situation to where you can do even more for them. And I get it, because it's hard to watch people you care about struggle. But you also got to understand, if you try to take somebody out of a situation that they're not ready to leave because of the mentality, right? They might tell you, man, I'm so ready to do this, man, I'm so ready to do that. But all their actions show, nah, you love it here. That's just that they're not ready. They understand that they're in a bad situation. They understand that there may be better situations, but they don't want to put the time, effort, energy, and work into getting out of that situation, because that's where they're comfortable. That might be all they know. Doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them someone who's comfortable living in whatever those situations are, miserable situations. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. I've been at plenty of jobs where I've been miserable, but I know what my day is going to look like. I know when I go in, I know I knock out X, Y, and Z, the rest of my day is gravy. I know this job ain't leading me nowhere. I know there ain't no annual raises. I know the benefits aren't the best, whatever, but I'm comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? So I stay in this bad situation because it's easier for me to stay in this bad situation where I'm comfortable, where I know how my day is going to go, as opposed to me putting in these applications, doing these interviews, getting this job that now I got to go learn something completely new that I don't know. Or even if it's still in the field that I know, I got to learn their process. I got to learn all these new people. See, and all it is just excuses. That's all I'm doing, is just making excuses as to why I don't want to leave this, because this is just comfortable for me. This is easy. No, very few people want to take that hard road. We all want the easy road, the comfortable road, the road that we know. But again, we also know where this road leads. We know where these roads, these comfortable, easy roads lead to the same miserable destination we've been in. You want something new, you got to have a different mentality. You got to be willing to put the work in. And so, again, you got to be careful about who you bring around you. And so that's the only thing that I was trying to tell the guys that I was having the back and forth in the debate with, was just, hey, those aren't the type of friends that I want around me. Even if I'm the one who put the option out there for them, I would want in that situation, in that scenario, mind you, I wouldn't even put the scenario out there. I wouldn't even put the offer out there. But if I did, I would love to hear my friends say, nah, bro, I want my own. I don't mind coming to live with you so I can learn how this podcasting thing works, so I can start to get some behind the scenes information and start to build my brand, come onto your podcast and start to build my brand so that I can branch off and do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want people who don't want to leech off me, but who want to help, who want to use me as a springboard to launch their careers. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just sitting here right next to me, just leeching off me the whole time, not really even trying to do anything on their own. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where we disagree, and it's cool. That's perfectly fine. I don't feel like those guys are wrong if they do it the way they're doing it. I don't feel like I'm wrong for doing it the way I do it. It's just all about mentality, because to their credit, and to be fair to them, their mindset was, yeah, okay, in this scenario, I have enough money to where we can live good and I can afford to take care of them, so they're not hurting my pockets. And I'm just like, and so right. So to be fair to them, that was a scenario, right? So got enough money to where them and their friends can live good, right? And my thing is always just for me, and it's just my mentality, right? So if I'm up a couple M's, I want to get up a couple more. And then once I get up a couple more, I want to learn how to sustain this. You know what I'm saying? And if I am going to have friends around, I want them to be helping me sustain it, or helping me so that I can now pour back into them. So now they can start to learn, because now as I'm learning, they're learning. So now they're already learning how to sustain, how to make hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. And now I'm also pumping resources into whatever business they want to do. If they want to go to culinary school, whatever it is, now I'm pumping resources back into them to help them make it. Those are the type of people that I want around me, because the lazy, don't want to do nothing, I'm going to just live off of you, that becomes so contagious. But it also becomes very frustrating, because if you're working hard, I'm pretty sure, because I don't know if they thought about it from this standpoint, but I'm pretty sure that after a while, and I don't know what a while, it'll be a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years, if I know that I'm grinding, I know if I'm doing everything I need to be doing, and I'm putting all this hard work into whatever my business is. So for me, it will be the podcasting thing. So I'm putting all of my time, resources, energy, effort, making sacrifices with my family, with my friends, to go have business meetings and go do tours and go do whatever it is that I'm doing. When I come home and I see my friends just sitting there chilling, laughing, joking, playing, a part of me will be happy that they're out the hood, but a part of me is just going to be like, y'all don't want to get your own. Y'all don't want to come be a part of this. Y'all don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I think that breeds a very lazy mentality, a very lazy atmosphere. And so I understand even this little bit of, even this small beginning part of my journey, I understand that there's work. Coming up with ideas for episodes every week is work. Sitting in front of this camera, even though I only do it for like 30, you know what I'm saying, 20, 25, 30 minutes, it's work, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I know that if I was to bring any of my friends in on this, I'll be bringing you in to work, to help build me, while at the same time starting to build yourself up and build your brand up. So it just wouldn't sit right with me. And I'm okay with that. I don't feel like I'm wrong for that. I don't feel like they're wrong for feeling how they feel. We're all different. For me, I'm learning it's just about mentality. I want people around me who have that mentality of, man, I want my own. I don't mind helping you during this time while I'm building, but just understand that I'm helping you while building so that at the end of the day, I can start launching and doing my own thing, and then we can come through and collaborate and do all types of stuff. So for me, it's just all about mentality and realizing, okay, everybody cannot go with you. They just can't. As much as you might want them to, they can't go certain places with you because they just don't have the mentality. And no, I'm not talking about, oh, you come from the hood, so you can't go to this classy. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about any type of classism. I'm not talking about any type of, oh, they don't have the right manners or they don't have the right looks. I'm not talking about that. It's all about this. It's all about mentality. I'm talking about when we go into these rooms with these millionaires, potentially billionaires, when we go in here with all these investors and inventors and influencers and whatever, whoever's in these buildings, whoever's in these rooms, when we go in these rooms, I want the people who understand we supposed to be here. We're meant to be here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people who like, man, these dudes, they don't know us. They don't know why I struggle. They don't know da 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 da, and they just want to go back home because that's where all the familiarity is. That's where the people who look like me, who think like me, are cool. But like I said earlier, those people who look like you, think like you, well, not necessarily look like you, but the ones who think like you, again, we all know where those roads are leading to those same miserable destinations we've always been in. We want new destinations. I don't want these same miserable destinations. I don't want these same dead-end jobs where my potential gets capped, where I know the people above me are just going to hire their buddies and their friends and their families and never give me a real shot, even though I know I've put in the work and I've earned this real shot. I'm never going to get it because they want to put their families on and friends on, and that's cool. Not mad at that, but it's making me suffer. I'm through with that. I'm trying to get to new destinations, and I understand to get to new destinations, I gotta have a new mindset. I gotta meet new people. I gotta be willing to do new things. I gotta be willing to try and have new conversations. And so I don't want the people around me who are just comfortable and okay with only being around the people who think like them. I understand what thinking like me, I know where that gets me. So I don't want people who think like me. I want people who are going to challenge me. I want people who are going to say, no, you're better than that. You're greater than that. You're destined for way more than that. Quit settling. So when my friends tell me, DJ, why haven't you started a podcast? DJ, why you ain't came up with a name? DJ, you don't need all that equipment. Just come do it on your phone. So that's why when I give big ups, a few episodes ago, when I gave big ups to Shonda and again for supporting, that's why, because she was pushing me to say, hey, do more. My mom pushing me, a few of my friends, including my ex, pushing me to do more because they see something in me, or they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So those are the people that I need around me, or at least those type of mentalities who are like, nah, that ain't enough. You doing bare minimum. Go put the work in. You know you can do this. Dog, I see it in you. You may not see it in yourself, but I see it in you. Go do more. Go keep going. You're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to getting around a bunch of people who just thinking like me and telling me yes. Like, I know where that gets me. That gets me nowhere. That gets me like in the same miserable places I've been. So you gotta change your environment. You gotta change the people around you. You gotta change the people that you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? Once you start to realize that too many people that you're talking to have the same mentality that you do, because it's getting you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? If your mentality has been continuously getting you to the same miserable spots, now you know you got to change your mentality. Number one, you have to change your mentality. You have to change the way you think. And then you got to have the courage to go be around those people who desire greatness, who want greatness, who don't do anything less than great. Because now you know that's going to push you to be great. But you got to be willing to work, because great ain't easy. Greatness doesn't come quick, and you got to be willing to put that work in. And so that's just where I am. I want to go meet those people with that greatness mentality so that I can so it can start to influence me, and I can start to get a piece of it a little bit at a time on my own, start to feel that greatness and start to feel that greatness mentality and understand, okay, if I want this, I know I got to go do this. I know I got to go put that work in. And so, I say all of that to just say it's okay that when you start to realize, okay, this part of my journey, this part of my life, everybody can't come. Even if we've been friends for 20 plus years, your mentality might not be the mentality that I need for this part of my journey. That attitude, that mindset, your outlook on life isn't what I need for this part of my journey. Don't make me a bad friend. Don't make me a bad person. It just make me somebody who's trying to take care of me. I got to take care of me first before I can take care of anybody else. And in order to take care of me, I got to make sure I have the right people around me. I got to make sure I'm keeping myself in the right type of environments. So, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to take care of you, and then you can go and help people once you're taken care of. So, man, that concludes today's episode. I want to thank everybody on all the listening platforms, Apple Podcasts. I know I don't think I'm on Google Podcasts yet, but I should be on there soon. iTunes, just wherever you're listening, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you're watching this on YouTube, y'all already know, appreciate the love and support. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's anything that y'all want to talk about. If there's anything y'all want to add to this conversation or previous conversations that I've had, I would love to hear from you guys, man. And again, just thank you again for all the love and support.